Hey y'all, welcome back to Squatch TV. Hey, on this episode, there's quite a few people wondering my recipe for just some red pickled onions. I made these yesterday, probably about 20 hours ago, I guess. See how nice they end up looking? They're great. Wonderful by themselves. Put a few jalapenos in there. Really good on a slice of brisket. Pulled pork sandwich, fantastic. In a salad. I mean, really, you can use them everywhere. The way we do this, it doesn't last like, it's not like canning something that you put in your, for a year. You can get a couple, 3 weeks, maybe a month out of a jar that you put in the fridge. So let's show you a super easy recipe here. Okay. Now, what we're going to need is some teaspoons. And I got some kosher salt here. So we're going to need I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to put a tablespoon of sugar. Maybe a dozen black peppercorns. Well, that might be more like 30, I guess. But that's okay. This is easy cheesy. You're going to need a jar. I'm making a little bit bigger of a batch. Usually I go half cup, a teaspoon and a half of salt, and a tablespoon of sugar. But I'm going a little heavy this time. We're going to go 3/4 of a cup on our liquids. Okay, so open up your jar, get it ready. So we need 3/4 of a cup of hot water. Right? Yeah, that's pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this other glass here. And then we're going to need 3/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. You can use any vinegar you want. Okay? Then I'm going to throw that into the nuker for 3 minutes. 4 minutes. That'll get it nice and hot. Okay, so then we're done with our sugar. Done with our salt. Done with our peppercorn. Done with our tables and teaspoons. Cleaning up shop, right? Okay, so then you got your onion that you want to slice up, right? Without cutting your thumb off like I did yesterday. We'll just go down like that. We'll take the 2 ends off. Pretty easy so far, right? So there's all your onion ends. I'm just going to put everything on this paper towel to throw in the garbage. So then you want to peel the skin, the outer skin off of the onion. Easy enough. Same with that. Easy enough. And then my buddy Andy Knox told me, well, why don't you use this thing? Well, I don't know, because I have it and I never use it, I guess. And I'm probably not going to use it this time either. I just don't care for it very much. You just got to be a little more careful, right? So, just thin slices. And if you get a little thick, it's not that big of a deal. See, this is how I cut my fingers off because I don't cut properly like one should. So I'm not going to worry about being perfect. All right. Okay, so that's enough onions cut for right now while the other stuff's heated up. So that's how thin we got it, right? It's pretty thin little pieces. Break them up a bit. Yeah, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour that salt, sugar, pepper mix into the hot liquid. And then we're gonna put all our onions into that bowl, pour the hot liquid over it. I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so I got my liquid boiling. I will pour, I'm kind of doing this ass backwards, but you'll get the point. I'm gonna pour my salt, sugar, and peppercorn mixture into it. A little boil over there, that's all right. Then you wanna mix it up until all that salt and sugar is dissolved, right? I'll just set that over there. So then we're gonna take our cut onions and put it back in the quart Pyrex. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so then you got that, right? This is looking good. It looks great. Okay. Now you just pour this over the onions. Okay. Easy enough. Drop the peppercorn. Just want to make sure they all get covered good. And just let that sit there for a couple of minutes because you don't want to start working with it right this second because of how hot it is, you know. Clean up my little water boil over. Okay, good enough. Now it's going to be super hot, so it's up to you. If you want to use your hands, you certainly can, or you can use tongs. I think I'm just going to use my hand because I'm a dumbass, I guess. Glutton for punishment. Okay, take your jar. Yeah, it's not too bad. And start stuffing these guys in there, right? And when I say stuff, I mean stuff every last one in there. A big onion, like the one I just cut up, is pretty good for a quart-sized jar. If you use a smaller onion, then you can use a little pint jar. Of course, you could always do a large onion in 2 pint jars, if whatever floats your boat, all right? Okay, that's good enough there. We got them back in there. Now we'll pour the liquid back over the top, being careful not to go too high, and that's just about perfect. Make sure that those peppercorns get in there like that. And it's not quite to the top, so all I'm going to do is add a little bit of hot water. It was pretty close. And there's right to the top. Okay. Put your lid on it. Maybe give it a little bit of a shake every, I don't know, a couple times today, and then there you go, right? Yeah, shake it a couple of times today, and then this will look like this tomorrow. And there you go. Just that easy, right? Okay, hope you enjoyed that video. Yeah, have a great Monday, and as always, an even better tomorrow. Squatch out.